Sukbin Choe or Lady Choe was one of the consorts of King Sukjong of Joseon. She also was the mother of King Yeongjo of Joseon. Her parents died when she was very young, and she grew up as an orphan. Her formative years are unknown, but two theories were formed. One is that she was picked up in the streets of Naemyeongbu in Jeolla province by the future Queen Inhyeon's parents, and she was raised by them. Another theory is that she was raised in the capital of Hansong, present-day Seoul. She was either born in the cheonmin social class, the lowest class in Joseon, or in the middle class, jung-in. There are no written evidence of this though. Lady Choe probably entered the palace at the age of 7. Again, it is uncertain how she entered the palace, either as a musuri, a water maid, or as a chimbang nain, who would serve the royal family in the sewing department. If she entered as a musuri, she would have been from the cheonmin lower class. But if she entered as a chimbang nain, she would have been from the jung-in middle class. King Sukjong first came in contact with Lady Choe shortly after Queen Inhyeon was deposed in 1688. Following a lot of palace drama, which includes Lady Jang, Sukjong wanted to give his eldest son, Iyun, future King Gyeongjong, the title of Crown Prince, and promote Lady Jang from So-ui to Huibin, Radiant Senior First Rank. The So-in, Westerners faction, and the Queen were opposed to this, while the Naemin faction, Southerners, supported this action. Sukjong wanted the Queen to adopt Iyun as a compromise, but she refused and was deposed. Sukjong couldn't believe the opposition to his plan and became angry. Many people died. The Queen was exiled to Cheongamsa Temple and converted to Buddhism. Lady Jang became Queen Consort. King Sukjong and Lady Choe's first meeting was documented by Lee Moon-jong in the Sumunlok, which records the history of King Gyeongjong. One night, Lady Choe was praying for the deposed Queen Inhyeon. The king overheard her prayers and was moved. At that time, Lady Jang became queen, and most people feared her influence. Setting up a memorial altar and praying for the deposed queen could lead to execution. King Sukjong went to talk to her. Lady Choe said that she served under Queen Inhyeon and that this day would have been her birthday. Lady Choe asked to be punished by death. The king was surprised to hear this. This musuri risked death to honor the former queen. He brought her to his chambers and grew fond of her and fell in love, spending many nights with her. Lady Choe quickly rose in rank in the Naemyeongbu. The Naemyeongbu comprised of women serving and living in the palaces. In 1693, she became a fourth-rank concubine, Sungwon. She was still a non-officially admitted royal consort. A Sungwon's duty is to wove silk and raimi cloth for presentation on a yearly basis. That same year, she gave birth to a prince, Yeongsu, who sadly died within a month. In 1694, she became a second junior rank concubine, Suge. She gave birth to a prince that same year, Igum, who would later become King Yeongjo. A Suge's duty is to support the queen's ceremonies. In 1695, she rose ranks once again to the first junior rank of Gui-in. In 1699, she became Sukbin, which is the most senior rank for a concubine. The Suk in Sukbin means pure or virtuous. As mentioned earlier, Lady Choe openly supported Queen Inhyeon and wasn't a proponent of Queen Jang. Sukjong also grew cautious of Queen Jang, as well as the Naemyeongbu faction at court. In 1694, the king demoted Queen Jang and reinstated Queen Inhyeon. In 1701, Queen Inhyeon died suddenly. The cause was never determined, but many historians believe that she was poisoned. There's also the popular belief that she died because of black magic. The rumor is that ex-Queen Jang used the service of a shaman to curse Queen Inhyeon. King Sukjong was told that Lady Jang had a shamanic altar built in her quarters. On it was the name of Queen Inhyeon. It is said that Lady Jang buried dead animals in the queen's gardens, as well as asked her servants to shoot arrows at a portrait of Queen Inhyeon daily. King Sukjong ordered Lady Jang to die by poisoning, sasa. He then passed a law that would stand for the rest of the Joseon dynasty. A concubine could not become queen. The next queen should have been Lady Choe, but being born in a low social class probably was an impediment to her becoming queen. So Lady Kim of the Gyeongju Kim clan, who was the ruling family of the Shilla dynasty, was chosen to be queen, Queen Inhyeon. She became queen in 1702. A year later, in 1703, she adopted Igum, Lady Choe's son, and saw him as her own son. Igum got married. King Sukjong ordered a grand and expensive ceremony. Many nobles complained about this because Igum wasn't a crown prince. Even worse, he was the son of a concubine. He was 8 years old, and his wife, future Queen Jongsong, was 10. Queen Jongsong was the future adoptive mother of Crown Prince Sado. In 1716, Lady Choe fell ill. Her son was worried and asked for help from the king. In 1717, King Sukjong retired from politics. His son, Crown Prince Iyun, became regent a year later. He would become King Yeongjo in 1720, and he ruled for 4 years. Lady Choe died in 1718 at the age of 47 in Inhyeon Palace in Hansong. She was given the posthumous title of Hwagyong, meaning harmonious reverence. The titles of Huidok, magnificent virtue, and Ansun, tranquil purity, were later given to her. King Yeongjo fought the court to have his mother recognized as his public mother. It was difficult because she was of low birth. King Yeongjo was often reminded of his birth to a low-born concubine, but later in his reign, he considered it a personal insult if his mother's background as a slave was mentioned. Interestingly, this might prove that Lady Choe was indeed from the cheonmin social class and not from the jung-in social class, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video. Lady Choe's grave is located in Paju. It is called Soryong-won. Her memorial tablet reads, "Her disposition and her status was absolutely indivisible. She did not scruple on people. She was respectful and always waited on Queen Inhyeon and later on Queen Inhyeon. Her wisdom and intelligence shined on her interaction with others. She kept to her duty and protocol. She never entered in palace disputes. She spent her days in peace and harmony." Thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. See you again for more videos on the rich history of Korea.